Hi everyone! Today we're going to talk about pre-stocking, or identifying which Cubex compartment each of your inventory items is going to be stored in. Now, pre-stocking is the first, and in some ways, it's the most important step you can take to make sure your upcoming Cubex install is super successful. If pre-stocking isn't done when we arrive, it's a huge time drain for us, leaving less time for training you and optimizing your system. Now, the first step in pre-stocking is getting access to all of your storage compartments. So here's how to open everything up. Now, with that out of the way, here are some do's and don'ts when it comes to the pre-stocking process. First, do start with the biggest, most space-consuming items first. Now, there's a popular parable out there, you've probably heard it, about filling a jar first with big rocks, and then smaller rocks, and then finally sand in order to maximize the space. The same rule applies to your Cubex. You want to get the big stuff in there first. That makes it a lot easier to find room for everything within your cabinet. Don't organize your items alphabetically. Now, this isn't your regular manually managed pharmacy. You don't need to find stuff by looking at the first letter of each item name. Cubex is going to direct you to exactly where to get each item, so you don't need to worry about finding each one by yourself. Do use sticky notes for bins and matrix drawers in the pre-stocking process, and then also use the physical actual product in order to check space. Now, sticky notes might seem simple and a little hokey, but they're a great way to mark what's going to go where. We'll worry about the Cubex drawers with your controlled substances when we get there. In the meantime, you can check out the Mini or Mini Plus configuration guide in order to map out your cubies. Don't put similar sounding medications and/or different strengths of the same medication right next to each other. Your Cubex system is going to show you exactly which bin and compartment number you need to go to in order to get a given medication. But it's totally possible that you'll still grab the wrong item if it's in the same neighborhood and it looks like the right thing. By spreading out look-alike, sound-alike products, you'll help ensure that the system works as intended. So here's an example of what I'm talking about. Consider putting your prednisone 5mg tabs in your top zone and your prednisolone 5mg tabs in your bottom zone. So you can just apply this logic to your entire pharmacy, including preventatives, pharmacy orals, treatment injectables, you name it. Don't put fluids, shampoo, or anything else that can leak or spill on a high shelf. This one should be obvious. You want to keep these items down low to minimize the impact of a potential accident. Do try to put glass bottles on medium to low shelves for the same reason as the last item. In case anything drops, there's less of a chance of it breaking if it's falling from, 2 feet above the ground as opposed to 6 feet. Don't put controlled substances or any item that's tracked by container number into a door zone. You'll want to use a more secure storage location for these, like a matrix drawer or a cubie drawer in your Cubex Mini Plus or your Cubex Mini. Do make sure you allot enough space for your normal level of inventory of each item. So even if there's just a single tab in one bottle and an unopened second bottle, that's still 2 bottles. It's the same space requirement as 2 unopened bottles. If you've got 2 bottles normally in stock for that item, that's what we need to have room for. And then finally, do place your most frequently used items at eye level in the front of the bins, or at least towards the front of the bin. Place rarely used items at the top or at the bottom or toward the back. So that about does it for the do's and don'ts of pre-stocking. Guys, if you can get this done before we arrive, our visit is going to be so much more productive and efficient. We want to get everyone on site trained, and the more time we have, the better the chances are that you guys are going to be Cubex ninjas by the time we leave. If there's anything else you feel like you need in order to make your Cubex implementation visit a success, I hope you'll let us know.